World Series.
The Atlanta Braves have brought the first championship to Atlanta.
The Houston Astros are world champions for the first time in franchise history.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be an Astros Braves World Series.
It's his time. Here's an 0-2.
Dominated, dude. Pujols, Souza, the Betts too.
Well, Yordan Alvarez and Kyle Tucker, this is almost the next wave. You won't find a lot of outfielders that played 140 games with a 917 OPS. Like, Kyle Tucker's a dude.
We love Eddie Rosario. He loves doing it in these moments. And you can tell, man, like some guys really, they like the crowd. They like the pressure. He's one of them.
Yordan Alvarez to give someone almost the next big poppy crown. But you see Yordan and it's like, yeah, yup. He's got a blonde mohawk wearing pearls on a baseball field. If it was in a movie, you wouldn't believe it.
I don't know. I know personally I lost respect.
Following Houston evening up the series in game number 2 nights ago, this line stayed the same for game number 3. For game number 3, Atlanta, a slight one as the favorites on the money line, the Astros minus 106. That was the case this morning up until about 25, 30 minutes ago, where we have finally seen some movement in Atlanta's favor. Now, currently on FanDuel, it's Braves minus 118, the Astros even money plus 100 on the money line. The over-under still stands at 8 and the hook. So, Blue, game number 3 tonight. Do you think home field advantage proves too much for the Braves?
I do think, and interestingly too, Ben, as you're talking about the movement, as I was taking a look just even during the break, I saw the World Series odds for the Astros get boosted even a little bit longer now, or a little bit shorter now. So it's down to minus 135 for the Astros to take the series. The Braves are plus 115. The start of the series, the Braves are plus 125. So the odds are going to tighten up. If the Braves were to win tonight, obviously you'll see those move a lot closer to one another. But I think you and I, even talking during the break, we realize how close this series is. Difficult to make a pick on it, even if you like the Astros as a team. If you're analyzing the teams and you like the Astros because they're a little bit deeper, they have more experience. Nobody can really figure out the Braves. How are they doing this? Where were they 2 months ago? And now the Braves are in the World Series and had a 1-0 lead and have now stolen basically home field advantage. So how do I feel about it tonight? I probably feel about it like I do almost every single game we're going to go into this series. is that I think we got a little bit of a coin flip game, but I'll just take the home team tonight. Ian Anderson has pitched fairly well, so I'll go with Ian Anderson tonight, and it won't surprise me if it comes out the other way. But this might also then be an opportunity for us to talk about in-game betting, right? If you have an opportunity for the team that's favored, maybe the Astros get a quick 1-0 or 2-0 lead, then you get the Braves at plus money at home. We talk about it a lot. Baseball is the sport where it's most applicable. If you're going to in-game bet because you don't feel great about the pregame line, you can just take baseball favorites, wait for them to get to plus money during the game because they're trailing, and then bet them back. And you'll have the team that you've sort of liked, but now you have them at plus money. Doesn't mean it's going to work out every time, but it's a really simple way to affect in-game betting in your favor.
Hello. Happy Friday. We haven't done this in a little while, but for those of you who have watched before and know Camp Quarantine, drop us a comment below. You probably recognize some of these graphics. We're going to steal their countdown clock. But if you want to win Game 5 World Series tickets Sunday night, Halloween, stay tuned. Hit that share button and give Hustle and Hospitality a follow. We've got an exciting couple minutes here and some exciting guests along with a slew of raffles leading up to the big one. So stay with us here. Grab a friend. Increase your chances. Grab a beverage. Let's go Braves. They call it the Fall Classic. Why is it called the Fall Classic? Well, because it's a classic and it's in the fall. I'm losing my mind. Usually I'm sitting watching from the sidelines and enjoying other teams taking part in what is ultimately my favorite sporting event of the year. People can talk about the Super Bowl. People can talk about the Masters, also here in the South. But if you know baseball, there is nothing better than playing late into October and also carving pumpkins to match. My name is Amrit B. I'm your host today with Hustle and Hospitality. If those of you who do not know me, welcome. I'm an Atlanta native and a lifetime Braves fan. And I'm excited because you already know what's coming. You're here because you want to win tickets to Game 5. Well, I'm going to take you into kind of what is going to happen, how it's going to happen, and very excited as you can tell. But I want to take a step back first and honor some people that actually, kind of inspired this whole thing. I'll share a little bit about my backstory after, but I'm just elated, and I want to get them on here. And that is two people that have become local celebrities. We'll get to that in a minute. We'll talk about maybe news that you have seen, haven't seen, but maybe for those of you that haven't heard, we'd just like to take a moment real quick and take some time out to really honor and appreciate and keep in our prayers the family of Jovita Moore, who we just found out passed of a long fight with brain cancer. So if you would just with me for a moment, stop the chop, and we'll just take a brief moment to honor and reflect on her life and legacy. Thank you. Now back to baseball. Those of you guys that were talking about the news, we're going to get to our guests in a second. Miles, I see, is sitting in the green room. Super excited to bring him aboard. But for those of you who haven't seen, the Georgia Supreme Court also held a special session in which they were doing the chop today. So everybody's getting chop fever over here. But another thing that you may not have seen was maybe one of these Braves players who's doing certainly so much. You may know him for his pearls right now, but what you may not know is for his pure generosity. And in the spirit of giving, I felt it only appropriate to share this story to kind of lead off today's giveaway. So if you would please enjoy this little snip from 4 years ago of Mr. Jock Peterson.
80 years to have a 30-30 season, homers and stolen bases. He made all PCL, was named Rookie of the Year earlier in the week, and will be part of the September call-ups, no doubt, to the Dodgers. He is so famous, but his car is even more famous. At least it will be tomorrow. Jerry Chester explains.
I know what you're thinking. That is one cool car. Well, it just so happens that Jock Peterson is giving away this car tomorrow night. One lucky fan will get the opportunity to win this.
It was a tough decision. I mean, it's been awesome the whole year. It's taken me all over Albuquerque. So
This mint-condition 1994 Buick Century, also known as Little Chucky, only has a mere 166,000 miles and a staggering Blue Book value of $1,000. But that's not all.
it's kind of a selfish car. I mean, only my window works. So when anybody comes in there, there's no air conditioning. So when anyone comes in there, they're always complaining about how hot it is, and I just have a nice breeze coming in.
I'm sure Jock will be excited to get a new car, but hey, this one does have a little bit of sentimental value.
Honestly, it was my first car that I've ever bought. So, yeah, little Chucky's, we got to give him away. It's a tough one. But
So come on out tomorrow night and have your chance at this not-so-American classic.
yeah, that's only my scary thought is like, you know, bring it out before the start of this done. I'm like, oh, man.
Reporting in Albuquerque, Jared Chester, News 13 Sports.
More football later, baseball.
So I stole that a little bit from their archives, but somebody shared that with me as I was offering to give up these tickets today. And first question I get from everybody is, but why? Why are you going to give away your World Series tickets? You're a lifelong Braves fan. I even have it inked on my foot here that I'm a lifelong Braves fan. But no, it's for the generosity. But there is nobody more generous and kind of who inspired this than the first guest I'd like to bring up, Mr. Miles Neal. Miles, how you doing? You there?
Yes, sir, I am. How are you?
Hey, man, happy Friday. I see you got your red on. It is absolutely a red out. Of
Yes,
course,
sir.
I got a little bit of red, but there's this team in Athens that I dislike, so I try not to encourage too much red in my wardrobe. But welcome. You've been kind of making the circuits a little bit in terms of your own notoriety. You want to share with us kind of why I've got you here? Actually, real quick for a second, are you able to rotate your phone? Can we get you in Bingo, look at that. I'm going to give you full screen now, and I'm going to allow everybody who does not know this kind-hearted individual to kind of explain why I've brought him up here, and I'll supplement some of his story with some screenshots.
Yeah, man. So, I guess it was a couple days ago now, I was on a Houston Astros ticket page, and I was looking to score some tickets for me and my mom to go back out there for Game 6. And
First off, we're not going to need to go to Game 6. Let's make that very clear. You're already going above and beyond anyways. It's going to be one right back here in Atlanta first. But anyways.
Yeah. So I was checking it out, and I saw this dad that was looking to give away pretty much, all of his sports memorabilia to take his daughter that he had promised to a World Series game. And yeah, man, I was just like, hey, don't do that. I got you. So we took care of it, bought him some tickets, and yeah, I guess the story, somebody saw it, shared it, and then it just went absolutely nuts, man. Like,
you can kind of see it right here. This is the screenshot that I found. So I'm a member of the Tomahawk and the official Braves. It certainly made its rounds everywhere. So props to you on that, Miles. But if you can see here, this is the screenshots from people on the Houston Astros ticket exchange in which you were chatting with them, and you were able to basically you gifted out of the kindness of your heart. This isn't even a Braves fan. Talk to me. What inspired this? What kind of values were you raised as a kid that I can instill in my future children? Because, man, you are a model citizen and certainly a fan of the game of baseball, and I'm greatly appreciative of that. But what kind of inspired that? Is this just who you are? You and I have never met before, Miles, so I don't even know you like that.
Yeah. So, man, it's just really about the love of the game, man, and father, daughter, father, son, love, and sports, and I was raised to my mom's favorite movie, and she made me watch it a million times, was paying for it as a kid, and I was in a position to do it, man. And it really got nothing to do about Braves, Houston. It's just, about kid and love and baseball. And that's what it's about. And we live in such a murky time in the world right now that, people don't expect people to do nice things. And, it's just about taking care of people that need it, man. The guy was down on his luck, and I wanted to be there for him,
So now, have you had an opportunity to meet with him, or he and his daughter, and chat with him in some capacity? I know you've been doing, like I said, the interview circuit. A lot of the news stations have picked it up.
Yeah, so we did an interview yesterday with Fox 5, and I was on a Zoom call with him. That was really cool, and kind of got to talk to him for the first time. And the Houston people have been super cool in reaching out, and the news stations. And if hopefully there's not, but if there's a game 6, they want to get me and him together and do another story, and a bunch of love, man. And then, it's, of course, we all want our teams to win, but it's more about, the love. So.
Now, how long have you been a fan of the game? I mean, were you growing up just a lifelong Braves fan as well? You mentioned that about your mom, and I see you got the pearls there, so you stay certainly consistent with the team. But
Yeah.
is there a fond memory for you, a real like one that sticks out, a moment that you had that you'd like to share with us? A great
Man,
MLB moment?
Been a Braves fan for as long as I can remember. We had season tickets, 5 rows up from the Braves dugout. My second son, who was just born a month ago, his name's Turner. So I mean, I'm in there. So I've been there for a long time. I mean, I've just had a lot of experiences with Braves and a lot of heartbreak. I was in Dallas last year and got to get my heart crushed. So I'm just here for as long as they're gonna be here. So.
I love it. I was there in Arlington last year too. Very different circumstance, different setting, but very unique too, because we're never going to get an opportunity to go to a neutral venue like it was there last year. So, hey, if you're going to be up at the Battery anytime this weekend, man, I owe you a beer for sure. And I hope anybody else that sees this kind soul up there that does the same, buying tickets for other teams' fans just so that they don't have to sell their memorabilia. I commend you. My hat is literally off to you. My hat is off to you, Miles, and I truly hope you'll stay with us and stay in touch. But I wanted to share your story, obviously, because truthfully, it was Miles' story that really prompted me to want to do this myself. But as he shares a little bit about his background and certainly being a big Braves fan, we thank him very much. For those of you guys who are just joining us, my name is Amrit B with Hustle and Hospitality. I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia. A little bit about myself. I am right now at my studio, if you will, in downtown Atlanta, Georgia, over in the Summerhill neighborhood. Summerhill is the area around Turner Field. So for those of you who remember Turner Field, last game played there in 2016. Never got an opportunity to hoist a World Series trophy in that ballpark. But we certainly got to celebrate it. The 95 one, the Olympics were obviously at Turner Field in 96, and then it moved on to now become Georgia State Stadium. So I'm very connected to the Braves in a literal sense because my footprint is quite here. But one other footprint that's here that you all may know is somebody near and dear to me and a lot of Braves fans and baseball fans across the globe who really respect number 44. I'm going to share something with you all here in just a moment that is a little bit vulnerable, but hopefully sheds a little bit of insight too onto why I'm doing this, in addition to the generosity of folks like Miles. Take a look. So for those of you that don't know, Hank Aaron passed in January earlier of this year. And well, if you haven't had the opportunity to go into the footprint of Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, there is a little bit of history, I would say, and by a little, I mean a lot. Hank Aaron's 715, the home run that broke Babe Ruth's record in 1974, is stationed there, and they have a monument there. So after I learned of his passing, the local paper, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, caught me a little in my feelings at that moment as I went to go pay tribute. And this is a clip from that and hopefully explains a little bit about my Braves background. Are you able to hear the audio? I've been a lifelong Braves fan. My father is not from this country. He introduced me to the game and fell in love with it because of this man, because of the things he stood for, stands for. I may have never seen him hit a dinger, may have never seen him field an out, but to know his legacy is to be here now, today. A week ago, we heard about the passing of Los Angeles Dodgers legend Tommy Lasorda, and I don't know why, but I got an eerie inkling and a feeling that sadly my hero's time was coming soon.
I live just around the corner, and I've ridden my bikes to hundreds of thousands of games here, and it just felt so appropriate. I didn't have any flowers to bring, so poinsettias that were still on the table are there, but I always, above my bed, I have his words, those 3 words that keep me going. That's just keep swinging. And so today I know where he is. He's doing just that. And as an icon for just the city of Atlanta that I love so much, when I put on this jersey, I don't care what game it's been at, I don't care what I've been feeling that day. It's just something that I step into that confidence, and I always have. And so very grateful for what he's done for the game of baseball, for the city of Atlanta, and I've been privileged to have shaken his hand and had him, spend hours at his BMW dealership chatting or signing autographs at alumni events. I mean, he is the epitome of an Atlanta icon, and certainly, like, when I say he can run
A little bit of my feelings there back in January. It's so funny to take a look then. I was running a live stream show actually, and we gave away a Hank Aaron bobblehead. So not very unfamiliar to giving things away here with Hustle and Hospitality. But I did actually go back by there earlier today. Took him the AJC paper from Monday and paid some respects, as well as did a little bit of prayer to the baseball gods. Come on, this is a tight series here. As many people think that after winning the first one, it was something that was going to be in our hands. This is no team, asterisks or not, this year, to kind of question. So I'm very excited about the ball games this weekend, and I'm sure you are too. But maybe more so, obviously, this giveaway. And so coming up, we're going to share that. But one thing that I wanted to introduce was a little bit about after that day, what happened after Hank Aaron passed back in January. This entire season has been dedicated to number 44. Back out in the outfield, they have the numbers inscribed forever. This year will be for Hank. And so what better time? I'm just getting chills literally as I'm saying that, because I know it's going to happen this year. It's just a matter of whether it's here in Atlanta or over there in Houston. And so when I thought about giving away these tickets, I really thought to myself and said, just as Hank was, he always spoke to what he could do, not what was standing in his way, not the obstacles. His famous phrase and motto was always just keep swinging, as I shared that. And so in my head, I've been very privileged and fortunate to have a very tight network of friends, family, individuals, entrepreneurs, peers, classmates that I can at any given time pick up the phone and call, and they're there for me. And what that means is they're there for supporting, even through the losses, but also they're out there trying to get World Series tickets, like I'm sure so many of you were on Monday and Tuesday earlier this week, and we were able to grab some. So by the grace of God and being very blessed, I was privileged to have a few people come up to me and say, hey, we've got some extra tickets, at FaZe, come get it. And at that point, I said to myself, wow, I have an opportunity here. Not necessarily, yes, I could flip them, make some money. I offer them to my family. Unfortunately, Sunday's game won't work for them. But I said, what better way to honor Hank Aaron's legacy than to offer it to 2 Braves fans who want to sit in those seats, but maybe didn't have the means, maybe don't have the opportunity. And so we'll get in how to enter in just a second. But I want to also share a lot about where things are going. This whole raffle that we're going to do, I will explain how the entry works, but all of the proceeds are going to benefit the fund as part of the Atlanta Braves Foundation they set up in the name of Henry Aaron following his passing. So his legacy can live on forever. So I'm going to share with you kind of who we are supporting here. If you guys know Camp Quarantine, we always have a philanthropic footprint. But for this one, I couldn't think of a more appropriate organization than supporting the Henry Louis Aaron Fund. And I'm going to read this to you real quick. You guys can read along with me, but Henry Aaron's lifelong passion was to increase minority participation in baseball, whether that was on the field, in operations, on the business side, or Major League Baseball. His commitment to creating opportunities, access, and equity across the sport he so dominated was unwavering. So I can't think of truly, do you see those words? Let's see, minority participation. My father, as I mentioned in that video, learned cricket and taught me the game of baseball, and my love, my appreciation, I was chopping before I could talk. That's the truth. So he goes on to say, minority participation, fantastic on the business side, but his commitment to creating opportunities When I read that line under the mission statement for this organization, I said, this is so perfect because I am here wanting to do just as Miles did that we shared here, an opportunity, create an opportunity and equal access across the sport. Let's be honest, Super Bowl tickets, World Series tickets, the Masters, a lot of these big events, common folks that occupy those seats each and every ball game, 162 ball games, probably can't afford to go to these games. But thanks to so many friends that we're about to introduce, this is possible, in which at the end of the stream here shortly, we will be giving away those 2 tickets and telling you how to enter. But there's not just going to be one winner. Because I said we're here representing Hustle and Hospitality, we called upon their Rolodex and very grateful to introduce our next guest all the way out in Atlanta, Mr. Jason Santamaria. Jason, how you doing, bud? Look at that smile.
Hey,
You just
man,
kept that
doing
up
great.
the
Great to
entire
see
time I've
you.
been talking, and I've seen you in the back green room. So I'm going to let you talk now because you are a stud. Give us a little bit of your Braves background. I see that Chief Nokohama hat on. I love it.
Yeah, man. Gotta rip it old school. So yeah, I'm born and raised Atlanta. So I mean, I grew up going to Braves games since I was a kid. I mean, I got into baseball right when the Braves started, really winning in the early 90s. So it got me into baseball card collecting and playing ball with kids. And, you're talking about your memories. And, I was lucky enough to go to game 2 of the 95 World Series.
Wow.
It still stands out in my brain, sitting upper deck, like third row, right behind third base. I can still remember all that. So
how much are those tickets?
My mom won them for something at her work. So just how you're giving stuff away to people, that's how I experienced that as a kid, and it's influenced me, my whole life. So whoever wins these, I hope you have an amazing experience and it touches you, because it's such a big event and a big experience for yourself and for the city and for everyone else. So
I love it. Well, I brought you on here today because, again, last night when my buddy hit me up, was like, hey, I've got an extra ticket. I said, well, what do I do with these 2? And so I called you immediately and you said, this is fantastic. Whatever you're doing, I'm behind it. Yeah. So I didn't know what that meant at the time. But what's been really cool and very exciting for me was, yes, I have the 2 tickets, but if nothing happens. Atlanta is a place where it is about that Southern hospitality. It is about that community. It is about when one person raises their hand, an entire village stands up to raise them up and have them attain that. So you, Jason, are the owner of Second Self Brewing over in the West Midtown side, or the more Midtown. What do you call it? Midtown West.
Well,
Midtown?
they're starting to call it the Upper West Side because it's trying to be fancy, but yeah, we still call it West Side or West.
For those
Midtown.
that aren't familiar with Second Self Brewing, I'll let you just share a little bit about that, and I'll pull up y'all's page here.
Yeah, so the Second Self is myself, my business partner Chris Doyle, both Atlanta natives, both tech grads. We started we opened 7 years ago, so it's our 7th anniversary just a couple weeks ago, and yep, homecoming this weekend. So it's a huge weekend for us. I come from a chef family, so a lot of our beers are inspired by foods and places I visited. So everything's all natural. We're all vegan brewery. We're the first Latin-owned brewery in Georgia as well. So we try to work a lot. We work a lot with the community. We don't try to. We actually do it, and do a lot of cool events. So that's kind of what leads us to this. We're doing a huge event Sunday with Atlanta Influences Everything. We're doing like a family-friendly block party Halloween thing. So we're doing a candy pairing. We have a beer release called Lemon Pepper Wet, which was not many things more Atlanta than that. Putting that into a beer is super fun. Brian Furman of Breeze Cracklin has some barbecue as well. He's making sauces out of our beers. And yeah, it's kind of like the best pregame you can have because we're not too far from the stadium. So you can come here and have a good time, then go up there. So
I will absolutely be there prior to the game on Sunday, and I hope whoever wins will come join me there. Actually, I'm going to make that mandatory. That way they come to join me there to pick up the tickets because that's just necessary. But folks, whether you win or not, their event is from 1 to 6, I believe?
Yeah, 1 to 6, keeping it nice and earlier so you can head home for Halloween or go home and watch the game, or if you're lucky enough to get to go to the game, go to the game. Yeah, we probably won't be open for the game. We're talking about it right now. We'll announce it if we do tomorrow. But there's just so much going on this weekend. So
we're getting some score predictions here in the comments. So I'm just sharing that with some
nice.
folks. We're saying 7-3, good guys. Danielle, we appreciate it. Folks, drop your comments below. Definitely give Second Self Beer a follow and certainly hit up over there. I actually have a Halloween costume, to be honest with you, and I'm going to share that with just a little bit. But so I mentioned we're going to have the grand prize, obviously, as the 2 tickets, but we have a slew of other first prizes. You want to talk about what you guys are also throwing in? Very much appreciative.
Yeah, so as part of that party Sunday, we're just basically providing like a little VIP package. So you'll get some of the beer to take home. You get 2 4-packs of the new beer that we have coming out, a pint to enjoy while you're here. You'll get 2 candy pairings as well, and we'll get some barbecue too. So I mean, you'll have a good old time. So
We're gonna take care of our people. I love it.
Yeah,
Fellow Braves fan,
too.
what a spot. I cannot remove this smile from my face. Seriously, today I woke up and I felt like I'm on cloud 9. Like I'm
it's
actually on
baseball
cloud
day,
9.
man.
Like,
World Series day. It's amazing.
It's wonderful. It's like Christmas in October, a little bit early. But Jason, thank you so much, folks. We're going to let everybody know how to enter in all of the raffles. It'll all be very simple and all one just coming up in just seconds. So stick with us. We have Jason. We'll catch you on Sunday. But thank you so much for joining us and shop on. Go Braves. Jason has also my favorite beer of all time, and that is the Thai Wheat. If you go over to Second Self and you don't try their steak, you're doing something a little wrong. All right, we're moving right next.
Leanne Ricard. Leanne, happy Friday. How are you doing?
Hey, Emret, how are you?
I could not be better. I would say that I'm on cloud 9. Usually I float on a normal natural high, but come on, this week it's the World Series. Our team
This is bananas.
An even higher plane.
Absolutely.
It's so funny that first off that you're here today. Thank you so much and happy Friday. But you and I ran into each other after years in the underground parking lot that is N29. And anybody that knows getting into and out of Truist Park, it is an absolute just dogfight trying to at the end of even a W. Actually, that game in particular, we had just won. So I think people were a little bit more in brighter spirits as opposed to just trying to race out of the garage, soak in the moment a little bit. But yeah, you and I know each other from how many years ago, Leanne?
Probably 13 years ago, back in my creative loafing days. Yeah, you used to win all the free movie tickets, and I'd be like,
you are no stranger to giving things away. I will tell you that. So I'm really appreciative. I mean, this whole thing kind of started in just an afternoon, and I reached out to you, and you said, I don't know what I might have, but since it's a celebration, hopefully, even just being here is a celebration. I think you've got something in there to sweeten up our raffle.
I sure do. In this house, we love wine. And so I'm going to do a little bit of an unboxing of a gigantic bottle of wine. So you can all see it. It is.
Wait, you're going to unbox this right now for us?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's huge. I thought you already knew what it was, or you'd already had it open. No, you're going to do this for us right now. Wow.
I'm literally unboxing. I'm unboxing the wine as we speak. I have no idea what the packaging looks like. Here's what a 3-liter bottle of wine comes shipped in. From our personal collection, we have a 2017 bottle of Rayburn Valley Chardonnay. So
I don't know where you found that, but I swear I think you can only buy that at the club tables in Vegas, and those cost you thousands of dollars. A bottle that big. You have to put the sparkler and parade it in, but that's what we're doing here on Livestream, right?
That's right. That's right. You actually can't buy these in stores. So happy to donate this delicious bottle of Chardonnay, which should be drunk as soon as we win the World Series.
I love it.
Share it with your friends or drink it alone. I don't care. I don't care.
Well,
but
for those
we
of you
are.
who may not win the tickets, you could win this giant bottle. And so you could be outside, sitting outside Truist, or inside. You don't know. Who knows? We're going to throw everybody's name who wins the initial prizes back in for the grand prize drawing. So don't worry. So you could win this and still potentially the tickets. But thank you so much for your kindness and just reaching out. And that's from your personal collection. You don't have any vested interest in this otherwise. But I hope folks can donate more for that, for the benefit of the Hank Aaron Legacy, the Henry Louis Aaron Fund that his family set up. But tell me this: you are a huge Braves fan. How did you, real quick, how did you get into being a Braves fan, or can you share with us your fondest memory?
Yeah, fun story. So my grandmother is from Queens, New York. Grew up in New Jersey. She was a huge Yankee fan. When my granddad and moved the family down here in the mid to late 60s, my grandmother's first job down here was in the Braves front office as like in the accounting department. So our family is huge Braves. My grandmother has all the sweatshirts. She's the biggest Braves fan I have ever met in my entire life. So growing up, it was all Braves all the time. So, here we are. We're back in the World Series. This is bananas. My grandmother is, having a heart attack, I'm sure, every single night, but she is up. She watches every last second. So for her, for all of you out there, go Braves.
Go Braves. I think you can't be a Braves fan without having several heart attacks watching games. So that's just par for the course. I think hopefully this series isn't going to give me a little bit of a shorter lifespan, but if not, that bottle certainly will. So thank you again so much, Leanne. Really appreciate it. And for those of you out here, thank Leanne down below. Leanne, how can folks follow you or stay abreast with your travels and see you? And you got an IG we can throw up?
Yeah, I'm at LA Rakoff. That's LAREHKOPF on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, all those things. Twitter. Yep, all those things.
We've got that right down below. Give her a follow, give her some love, and thank you so much. And hopefully I'll see you out there. And if not, certainly at the ticker tape parade, right?
For sure. I'll be there with my grandmother.
Go Braves. Thanks, Leanne.
Go Braves. No problem. See you later.
So folks are just continuing to add on to our raffles and our giveaways. Don't forget, folks, today is a red out in Braves country. So if you're headed out, even if you're not headed out, if you're at home, I've put all this up on the side. I don't own too much red, but it is Choptober, so there's red in that. So if you see me up at the Battery, give me a shout out, give me a holler. We'll chat baseball. We'll talk all things Braves. Enjoying this? Are you guys having a good time? I hope this is fun. We're coming up on the end of the stream, which just means one thing. It just means it's almost time to talk about how to actually win these tickets. But we have a few other great people that did donate some items. I want to make sure I give them some notoriety. In addition to what we just saw, the Second Self prize pack, thanks to Jason Santamaria and the folks at Second Self, we also have an Atlanta Influences Everything prize pack. I'm not sure if you guys know their merchandise, but AIE.live is their site. If you don't know Atlanta Influences Everything, you are not doing yourself a favor. You need to go check out their merchandise, and I'm sure you've seen it. In fact, they're the ones that are pairing with Second Self Brewing for that block party on Sunday. So a good opportunity to get to know them. All of this is going to be listed on the website. And, well, why don't we just take you over there right now? Let's go to hustleandhospitality.com. If you head over there, you will find out a little bit of information. Since you guys are on the stream, figure why not give you a sneak peek right here. You can enter to win. We'll get to that in just a little bit. This is where the live stream will be as well. On here are all the official rules for the competition. We're about to get into that in a second. But, basically today we are here. This is the announcement of the giveaway and the live stream. Entries are going to be open shortly as soon as this closes. Entries will close on Sunday. So this is a 48-hour blitz giveaway. So you only have 2 days. If you want family members to go, want to go, you need to let them know. They only got 2 days. Share this. Give Hustle and Hospitality a follow. That is step one. And then we're going to do another live stream on Sunday at noon, in which I'll pick the winner. It's going to be randomized via computer. All the names will be very visible. I want to make this as transparent as possible for everybody. And then finally, a little bit more information on why I'm giving the tickets away, a little bit about Miles' story, and then of course the Henry Louis Aaron Fund, where all those where all the funds are going to go, where all the proceeds are going to go, and I will ensure that I post following the competition, the donation, the receipt, all those things. Nobody's out here to scam anybody. This is for the beauty of the game. Some things are bigger. Excuse me. Some things are greater than baseball. Getting a little tongue-tied there. I'm going to read this quote real quick. In playing ball and in life, a person occasionally gets the opportunity to do something great. When that time comes, only two things matter: being prepared to seize the moment and having the courage to take your best swing. So I was very privileged, like I said, to have friends, and very blessed to say that, had the opportunity to go to the World Series. I have never been to the World Series. So whoever you are that's going to win in the future, you're coming with me. And if you've never had that opportunity to go to a World Series game before, we are going to share that experience together. So very excited about that. I mentioned Atlanta influences everything. All the prizes, all the raffles will be listed on the site. Just haven't had a chance. So many of them have just come in the last little bit. For those of you who have watched the Camp Quarantine, we are all about camper vans. And I'm very privileged to have a good friend and the owner of Scamper, the rental van service for van lifers between Atlanta and Asheville. One of the additional items that we are going to be able to share with you all and give away for one of our runner-up prizes is a gift card for a weekend rental, of a camper van rental. This is all the rage right now. I was working on building a camper van actually last year when we went to Arlington, and I said I would drive it out there incomplete or otherwise should the Braves go to the World Series. The Braves didn't end up going to the World Series, but the camper van is here in Atlanta. So very much so appreciative thank you to David Clapper of Scamper Van over there. Go ahead and give them a follow. Follow their Instagram. I've got it up on the screen here. That's Scamper Van. If you like van porn, and by that I mean pictures of vans and their interiors, give them a follow. There's David and his beautiful kids. Love the guy. Really appreciative for him jumping on board. So we'll get that listed on the site as well. So that's just a couple prizes, some good stuff there beyond the tickets. Each of those are worth like $250. We got the champagne, the Scamper Van, the Second Self prize pack, the Atlanta Influences Everything prize pack. For those of you who are hungry, very much a giant shout out to a gentleman I just met at a viewing party last week, and his name is Will. Will has been able to get us a $100 gift card for Irby's Tavern in Buckhead. And last but not least, we also have tickets for a few shows. Roll Call Theater in Ponce City Market. A giant shout out and thank you to Stephen Beeler. If you guys aren't familiar with Roll Call, go on over to rollcall.co. They are located in the Ponce City Market area. They have shows every day. Today happens to be Friday. Today actually also happens to be National Frankenstein Friday. If you go over here and see their tickets, we have the Frankenstein show is going on right now. So we actually have partnered with them, and Steven was so generous. He said, I know it's happening right now, so if somebody wants to come to Frankenstein, great, but we'll go ahead and comp a couple VIP tickets for them for any show that they desire to come to, whether they've got so much going on. Check them out, rollcall.co, or right here, rollcall.tix. All this is going to be listed on the website, hustleandhospitality.com, and you can go ahead and even start entering right now. But we also have one more prize. We mentioned some tickets. A giant shout out and thank you to a friend, Mitul Patel. He also has said, hey, let me throw in there, how about some tickets to Diplo at Georgia Freight Depot. If you haven't seen that outdoor venue that they set up over there, pretty unique, pretty special. But he's got 2 tickets for the December 4th show in there too. So we've got like 8 prizes in addition to the World Series tickets that we want to offer up. So how do you enter? All right, let's get back to that. I'm getting so many of those questions and I see it right there. All you got to do is go to hustleandhospitality.com. Boom, you come to this page. So here's the way it's going to work. You come to, oh, that didn't work out. It's hustle. I must have typed it wrong. I'm just doing too many things at once. I already had it up. Wonderful. Hustleandhospitality.com. Boom. Enter to win. The way we're going to do this is we're going to do 2 days, 48 hours of a $10 an entry raffle. That's it. You can win 2 tickets to the World Series Game 5. You look on StubHub. How much are these going for on StubHub right now? I looked at these earlier. You try and buy these tickets. You can't. They're sold out, right? You go to StubHub. What are they showing right now? We've got section 315. Cheapest ticket on there is $1,500. So $3,000. So you can get $10, one entry. That's all you need. One entry is all it takes for you to win. And what we'll do is we're going to do all the additional runner-up prizes first, and then throw everybody back in for the final grand prize. And that's going to be drawn just like this on a live stream in 48 hours. So right at noon, back here on this site. But now, how do you enter? How do you pay? How do you get going? Well, because we were wanting to raise funds for the Henry Louis Aaron Fund, what we're asking people to do is donate directly using Venmo. So what I've done is I've set up, and I've got that information down below, Hustle and Hospitality. You can see that there to make sure that you know that it's there and it's not anything that you don't know. Well, you'll see the Hustle and Hospitality logo in there, of course. Any questions, you can drop us an email, info@hustleandhospitality.com, or on Instagram. You can see that too. But yeah, one way to enter there. We can also do PayPal. I'm putting that information on the site. But essentially, one entry, $10. So if you wanted to donate, $40, that's 4 entries. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to cap one individual's maximum of 10 entries. So the max you can get in is $100. You donate $100, boom, we've got you for 10 entries. What I didn't want to do was make it unlimited, because then I felt like, well, that defeats the purpose. We want to give the opportunity to a lot of people to enter this. I don't want just somebody to buy 50 tickets and say, great, now they have a wonderful shot. That's wonderful for them. If they want to do that, they can find 5 other family members and they can tell them, hey, put in $100, put in $100. But one is all you need. And what I'm going to do is, to make it completely transparent, I'm going to have a spreadsheet completely visible, and we're going to draw them all live together using a random generator. And I will show that on screen, just as I've been showing things here, just so everybody knows this is not a scam. I'm not out here to take anybody's money. I've got the 2 tickets. You can even see them right here, just so nobody questions it. There's the order. You can see the tickets and what it costs right on screen. So how about it, guys? Are you feeling lucky? Are you feeling? Let's see some comments down below. Drop some comments if you want to win these tickets. So step 1, give Hustle and Hospitality a follow on Instagram right there. We will verify that the winners are following Hustle and Hospitality on Instagram or on Facebook. I'm sorry. Yes, or on Facebook. You can go ahead and $10. $10, that's it. You can send it to Hustle and Hospitality. I just got notification that 2 people have already paid. So we got 2 entries right now, but entries are now open, and they will conclude at 11:45 Sunday morning. So you basically have 2 days. I will be out at the Battery. I think I'm going to wear a costume. I don't know where my costume is, but it's a hot dog costume. And I'm going to be running around, and I'm going to have a QR code on me, and I'm going to be selling these tickets. So we're going to be wanting to raise as much funds as possible to honor number 44. That's what this is all about. It's about being able to share an experience. I mean, I could just imagine, like, if Miles, if you guys didn't see it, go back and watch this earlier in the beginning of the stream. Miles, just out of the goodness of his heart, bought 2 tickets for Astros fans, even though he's a Braves fan. So, things are bigger than baseball. Some things are just, bigger than the game itself. But I remember as I was growing up, I was just, the best times I had with my father were all at, Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, at Turner Field. And, we always didn't see eye to eye, but anytime he had tickets to a Braves game, I knew it was going to be a wonderful evening. So, Dad, if you're watching out there, I appreciate it. Thank you for introducing me to the game of baseball. Thank you for instilling this love for this wonderful sport inside of me. You guys go out there, share, send it to your friends, your family. $10. That's all it takes, and it's all for a great cause. I'm going to be transparent with everything, so if you have any questions, shoot me a message on Instagram. I'm very accessible. I'm going to be up at the Battery today and tomorrow, and then I'm going to be going to my first World Series game with whoever wins these tickets. So, again, a lot going on, but all of it's on the site right now. The giveaway ends again at 11:45 a.m. on Sunday the 31st, Halloween. You better figure out alternative plans for your kids to go trick-or-treating in the event that you win these tickets. So continue to drop those score predictions. We appreciate all the love. Thank you so much to Hustle and Hospitality. Thank you so much to our partners for donating all of the additional raffles. All of that's going to be listed shortly on the site. But go ahead. What are we waiting for? Venmo.com, Hustle and Hospitality. I'll send the PayPal information as well in the event you don't have Venmo, but I think this was probably the easiest way. I'm going to be wearing a QR code. I'll post all the details and the official rules, but fairly simple, I think. $10, 1 entry. $20, 2 entries. Not giving any one person more than 10 entries total. So I don't care if you donate $500. I'm very grateful. I'm sure the Aaron family and their Legacy Foundation and the Atlanta Braves Foundation are very grateful, but you're still only getting 10 entries. So you want to get that into some other families' hands and some other things. It's all good. All right. I have some chopping to do. I got some hot dogs to eat, some pre-gaming to do, and I hope you guys are going to avoid the traffic at the Battery if you don't have tickets today, because it's going to be a little bit of a mess. I'm sure you've heard that, but chop on, guys. Braves country, thank you so much. Thank you for all of your generosity. Thank you in advance, and really appreciate all of it. Let's go Braves.
You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lie. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust. All right.
What are y'all still doing on here? Go donate. We already got 6 entries now. Keep it on. Keep it on. Come on.